Yeah, so basically, I just wanted to talk about short blades for a second. I feel like they're unfairly nerfed. So if you look at the axe, for example, I mean, let's just think for a second about classically, what are superior weapons? Yeah, I get it, PZ developers. A fire axe is far superior to what any meat cleaver can be. It doesn't change the fact that there's no real good reason to make short blade users suffer because the PZ developers feel like it deserves to be nerfed because it's an inferior weapon. I think that's bull cockaloo. The axe. Okay, let's talk about the axe first, just for some background to understand. That is the axe. One hit kills. Look, I'm drowsy. One, two, three. One, two, three. I'm drowsy. I mean, this has been a long day. Many zombies have died. Okay, let's just stop for a second. I just want to talk about the meat cleaver. Okay, so the meat cleaver. Why is short blade? What is short blade nerfed? Yes. Okay. Hunting knife is really awesome. It's basically really good once you become a pro. You can do stabbing motion. I don't have it on me, but it doesn't matter. Just think. Stabbing motion is as you go back, and the difference between it and other weapons is you don't slow down. Look, I'm gonna slow down. Watch. He slows. Okay. Here's short blade. Does he slow? Less. He slows less. Does he slow? He does. He basically stops. See that frame change with the axe? Okay. Smallest frame change of all of them. Definitely the meat cleaver. That is its biggest advantage. The short blade has an advantage. That is it. Okay. But it is unfairly nerfed. It's just, look, it's not as good as the axe is at the equivalent levels. And here's the problem that I think from the PZ developers' perspective. They think the short blade, that's kind of as good as it gets for what the short blade can be. If they make it better, then it's too good because it's just right, I think, is how they see it. They're like, oh, the hunting knife is pretty good. You know, it's a solid weapon. You know, you should have a bigger, stronger weapon anyway, so it doesn't need to be better. You know, it's pretty badass too. And like, if you really get good at it, it's amazing. It's amazing because it doesn't slow you down. You can just keep going back, right? So, essentially, what the short blade has done is it's said, okay, I don't want you to be as good as an axe, or what PZ developer says, I don't want the short blade to be as good as an axe, but I want it to have something that gives it that edge so people will still use it. And what that edge is that ability to replicate the effects of the nimble, okay? Because that's essentially what it is because you keep moving backwards and have less of a slowdown. In effect, it's allowing you to skip a nimble point. Like a lot of basic classes don't have a nimble point, right? Burglar has 2, police has 1. Okay. Well, anyway, just to get down to brass tacks and knuckles, whatever the hell, what is the saying anyway? Just to get down to the point of what I want to say is we should just put another short blade weapon in, all right? The PC developers clearly don't want it to be as strong as an axe. Fine, no problem with that. What do? They're going to add something else. Like, for example, the metal pipe. Think about the metal pipe, okay? That's the short blunt weapon, but it goes on your back, right? So it can have that slot. So I think they should create a short blade weapon that goes on your back, right? Because let's talk about short blunt. Short blunt has this advantage that it's actually useful. I mean, everybody carries a hammer forever. So you should get skills in short blunt, you know? And if short blunt also gets this huge advantage of getting to have a slot on your back, it only makes sense just to remove a little bit of that nerf that short blade has. We should create one more, not to mention that, okay, another comment, there's only 2 kinds, well, there's 4 kinds of axes, right? Is there 4? There's the wood axe, the fire axe, and the hand axe. Was there not a 4th? For some reason, I thought there was a 4th. Anyway, they're all insanely useful and insanely good. There's only okay, in contrast, you have the kitchen knife, the spoon, the fork, the scalpel, the hunting knife, the butcher's cleaver. Gotta be like one other one I'm forgetting, right? So In other words, there's a whole bunch of bull crap weapons for short blade that are just a waste of your time. And every axe you get is absolutely insanely OP. So in other words, oh, and the same thing goes with short blunt. There's a ton of short blunts, right? So throw in another short blade. That would only make sense. Another short blade weapon. I should try to figure out what short blade. What do you think would be a good short blade? Maybe they just add some more specialty, short blades. Like, you could go to the pawn shop and find a bunch of different short knives. Why don't they just pick one that they like and then throw that in? Like, they have a fire axe and a wood axe. Why not the equivalent, hunting knife and combat knife, right? Maybe they just throw in a combat knife. Boom, problem solved. Short blade is no longer unnecessarily nerfed, and still it's not quite as good damage-wise as axes are. But at least they've balanced it out, because it's really fun to play short knives. It's just disappointing that that's just the state of how it is. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say. That's basically my proposal. Maybe I'll write a Reddit post. I'm just a person, so if you want to complain to me directly, that would be cool. So write a message. I'll try to write back. For sure. Okay, so I felt like I owed you an explanation by just like claiming, ooh, short blades need another weapon. I didn't feel like that was a good enough explanation. I freaking love short blade weapons. They're really dope, and they have a couple cool features. I try to talk forever about the nimble effect, right? Or the fact that you keep moving more, which you see a lot better with the knife as opposed to the axe. Look at that, you don't even really slow at all. It's the slowest, or it's the least movement. Wow, that was crazy close. Yeah, so but like, here we go. As you can see, this is just too many. You're never really gonna have any luck with this many. You have to switch out. Let's do that. That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I was going to show you guys what I could do. Can't show you now. That's not gonna work. It's just too many, Another deficit, I guess, of the short blade. I mean, there is a short blade user who's going to do it, but I don't know what you can do with the axe. It just seems silly. Honestly, like, the amount of slowdown you can get, or how much faster, nimble-wise, the short blade is, it's not even that much. Like, really, like, once you have some levels, look, it's just negligible, because the axe starts to swing faster anyway. So whatever benefit the short blade got, it's just short-lived. Snipers. Too many close calls here. It's so funny how they fucking pop out of nowhere, Yeah. Alright, yeah, it would just take forever to mow them down, right? Do you really want to mow that many down with a knife? Yeah, once you get the levels, it's pretty fun. Definitely do it. You just have to space them correctly, which we're going to do in a second. Here, we'll even try to show you what's up. Another thing people say is that you're always pushing people back. Like, oh man, if you're a knife user, you must be pushing people back all the time. Wow. See how sketchy that is? You have to get in so much closer. So sketchy. Right? So if you're getting that sketchiness effect too, shouldn't you get another benefit, I mean, the PC developers obviously think the short blade is a piece of crap. How else do you put it? The short blade, it's got that sneak function, which I'll have to show you. I basically have to set it up. To use the sneak function, you got to sneak up on somebody, or be alone with somebody. So I'll show you that. Woohoo! Not very exciting. I mean, did you really want to get in here with a knife against all of them when you can do this? So the knife is just too nerfed. Too nerfed. It's like the maximally nerfed, because even the short blunt can handle that when you have the level. Like, if you stay construction worker, you can actually cruise through mobs. Pretty nice. I keep finding more because I'm cruising in new areas. They have a funny spawn sometimes too. Fucking code. Who wrote the code? I would love to see the code. It's funny to see. some C++ or C Sharp. Just like a giant pile of it. Dude, I think what happens, I always think about this, how it's like in this game, everything is high risk, right? Every encounter, even one zombie is high risk. And it's easy to forget that and get lost. This is, by the way, the absolute most dangerous Moodle. This Moodle is nuts. Because if you get this Moodle, you stop pushing. And if you stop pushing and you're like always, you know, like pushing everybody all the time, holy crap. Eventually you get the secondary stage. Because all these Moodles have primary stage, secondary stage, tertiary stage, and then maybe they even have a fourth. The first tired, and the second tired, yeah, tired, very tired, and then ridiculously tired. What's the first one? You're sleepy or whatever, some adjective. Anyway, I'm gonna drowsy. That's what it is. But with the push, it's the same thing. You can even get a super push. If you go tap 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 tap, you can make him go fly super far. But once you have that exertion, it takes you so long to push it all that suddenly, like that bee swarm that's right next to you, turns into a bee swarm right on top of you. Anyway, this has nothing to do with short blades. Or does it? Yes, it has everything to do with short blades. Because you get in so close, you no longer are avoiding the bee swarm, you're taking them right on. And if you end up pushing them, which you will occasionally with any weapon, you're toast. You are toast.